What's going on, everybody? Welcome to your daily astrology horoscope for Friday, July 15th, 2022. Astrologer Brian Scarborough here, Fixed Air Moon, keeping the collective fixed on astrology. Hope everybody had a great week and happy Friday. If you haven't, please do check out my course, Beginner to Reader, because today we have class 3. And this is definitely going to get into more advanced stuff, the house system, starting to look at planets and certain placements and the houses and the signs and putting stories together, and then getting into charts too today. So there's a lot to cover in this week's class. There's a lot of content of the very, very basics of the planets and the archetypes too. So if you want to check that out, link is in the description below. It's only $100 and there's already 7+ hours of content, and there's going to be a lot more. So definitely a bargain deal. You don't want to miss out. You don't. Appreciate you all. I hope everybody's doing well. Let's look at the chart for today, this Friday, July 15th. Well, we are in this Sun-Mercury, conjunction. And this is, of course, Mercury on the opposite side of the sun, so we can't see it, but it is about to pass and get that mind out in front of the heart and kind of give us like a little bit of intel with Mercury. But I think these, like today, tomorrow, Saturday, are really important days of this synchronization of your mind, your heart, and your emotions. And especially when it comes to, I think, everything in life that maybe feels comfortable, maybe that you want to add more comfort into your life, maybe dealing, just really bringing it back into that personal life. What's it look like? Who's around you? Is it exciting? These different, levels of Mercury and the sun. And are you able to really express your emotions? I think that that's going to be a big point here as, we can't see Mercury. So, and they're heading over to an opposition to Pluto as well, retrograde in Capricorn. So we're all at, kind of a good point here where it's right before this big opposition that we get, this annual opposition, if you will, of really seeing the other side of the depth of our, outer persona. So it's really important now to find the balance between the inner and what we're trying to go after in the outer. And of course, I think getting a better understanding of our emotions and syncing those up with the heart and syncing those up with the mind and having that all working, simultaneously in, harmony is through the moon, which is going to meet with Saturn today. But it is in Aquarius and it's with Saturn. So I think it really does take, an observative approach, being able to kind of not get too stuck on just one size fits all, but like really see the uniqueness of all the possibilities and how things can connect in life. I think the more that we take that authority in our life, or even step up and kind of like take on responsibilities that are more unique to ourselves, and also seeing, the win-wins in life and seeing the uniqueness in everything around us is very important. But, it's going to be interesting because I feel like we want to understand exactly what's going to make us comfortable, what's going to make us feel, really safe and secure, but there almost isn't that when you do like peel back and like see the bigger picture, because there is such a electric energy in the air today. And I think that the more you can just observe and see where the insights are trying to take you, and see where these nodes, with Uranus and the South Node, of course, in Scorpio with Poseidon, which is very enlightening energy on its own, and the aspects coming off of those with the trine and the sextile, and having the moon square these nodes today, and quincunx the moon, and of course Saturn starting to quincunx the sun and Mercury as well. There's just a level of like really stepping up for being able to detach and let go and not be so attached to certain outcomes. And that's not, it's hard to find comfort there, but I do think in between these nodes here, there is a sweet spot in Aquarius that's really trying to have us step up and step out of a lot of things that just aren't on the right timeline. It's like, what's not on the same frequency? Why are you building foundations around that old frequency? And Saturn and the moon is always an interesting time because it's not a comfortable feeling usually. I mean, it can be a comfortable day. It's Friday. We could be feeling good, but it's also knowing that there's something bigger. It's also kind of knowing that, sometimes you do have to kind of get into your own world and your own space. So it is that like break away from the waves in life that are causing chaos and this destruction with the South Node in Scorpio, and like get back into, as I say, probably daily on this channel, like really finding the beautiful creations and the places that you can outlet yourself that are actually like bringing value into your life. So it's like detach and get out of the stuff and stop connecting to the stuff that's not bringing value, and go for the beautiful things. Go for the things that like hold weight in Taurus. Mars is in Taurus. Like it's fixed Earth. Like this is literally like what holds emotional weight in your life. Like go all in, connect to that wave, connect to that frequency. You don't have to play around in these games because you think it's safe to stay in things that you're attached to, or people that you think you're attached to. It's kind of like finding your own, inner authority and power is really like the bomb.com, but the moon's also going to square over to Uranus, which I think is, just bringing uncertainty and kind of shaking up the emotional, arena anyways. So it's definitely a weird one because we're like, okay, like I need to liberate myself right now. But then it comes to Saturn and it's almost like we are backtracking and being like, well, dang, that's actually a bigger decision than I thought it was to find liberation in this moment of my life. But I think anytime we step up right now for that liberation, for our ultimate value, for the best things in life, the beautiful things in life, we are going to be moving faster and faster into these like timelines and frequencies that we ultimately want to live in, that are ultimately creating something of value. Here is the outcome. But it's weird. Uranus and Taurus it doesn't like being there. And if you look back in history, the 30s and into the 40s, it was an interesting time with Hitler and all that stuff. So, but there were people on Earth back then that did find value in such a crazy time to be alive, and people did band together in some ways. So I think that's also a point here too, is getting together with like-minded energy that you can feel comfortable around. And I think the moon in Aquarius definitely wants to be around friends and like-minded energy. It's maybe building more structure and more home security, if you will, around that, and making sure that you're understanding that your environment and the people around you is like crucial right now for your own sort of evolution and having you get on that next level that you want to be on. Venus is getting close to coming into Cancer as well, but it's just going to cruise through that 27th degree. It is going to quincunx Pluto today. And, it's nice having it off the square to Neptune, because we could have been maybe over fantasizing about certain things in life. This is kind of getting us back to the bottom line and like the reality of everything with Pluto in Capricorn. But it's also, having to have us see that bottom line and like make smart decisions for value, make smart decisions for relationships, and probably not just jump the gun. This Mars in Taurus, it doesn't do especially well for jumping the gun. Like it definitely it wants us to feel things out. It wants us to like see if it's going to be something good before we just go, yep, this is all in type of energy. But that quincunx with Venus and Pluto can definitely have us wanting to go all in, especially if we're coming off a pipe dream. In all honesty, with the square to Neptune. But again, it comes back to the stuff I said about the full moon. Like there's real things right now that you can envision and see what's real and like what feels right. This is the truth of that can kind of come out, and you can start to build off of that and find routine and find like what makes the most sense to your soul's character right now, and learning how to take care of yourself by doing something about that, by being the observer, and not just staying in situations that you're clearly observing are not going to work. I don't know if being hopeful is the best thing with Black Moon Lilith in this square to Jupiter here in Aries. Like, yeah, we want to be hopeful and positive in life right now, but it's the doing of things and like figuring things out with the moon and Saturn in Aquarius that are gonna, bring that bottom line and bring that, solidity or solidarity to what you're trying to do. And then the moon will finish off the day with the trine over to Venus, which is pretty nice. It's almost like if we step up and do things from this, outside, not kind of outside perspective, if you will, like looking at things from above. Like if you had the upper hand in life, or if you had the high position and you were observing, how would you hold that high position, and how would you, make the quick moves to bring in a better position from that position? So instead of just staying in one and maybe taking on fire, like making sure that you're moving and you have the right cover and you have the right things in the right places. So today's definitely like, it's kind of getting things organized in a way, but in a weird way, in a unique way. And I think that ultimately shows you like, yes, this is kind of the truth that I'm trying to build and move forward in. So today's definitely find your amazing things, move forward with those, but it comes with like big choices, because there's certain aspects in life that are saying stay here with the moon square the nodes. And don't let go. Don't ever let go. Stay at this until the 3 lifetimes from now. Don't let go. It is okay to let go. Aquarius definitely deals with disconnection, non-attachment. So with the moon here, we can be very emotionally intelligent and on our game with Saturn at the same time, to be such a solid observer and to be so intelligent that we are not settling for less, and we're definitely making our personal lives better. And we're not just doing it with hope and some strong desire that if we will our emotions in some way, that they're going to show up exactly how we want them and go to war over that, but more in a way that is just holding your high position, seeing that everybody has a position, and that's fine if other people are at a different one than you, but don't give up your value for someone else's position, because you don't know yet if your position is better or not. Hopefully that makes sense to someone out there. And then, this weekend we're going to have a moon in Pisces, and that's going to be fun. And Venus is coming into Cancer, and Sun Mercury. So definitely a lot going on moving forward here. Definitely a time to get things organized for what your uniqueness is, for your personal life. And definitely not hate on others for living a different life. I feel like we can want to be sort of told you so, kind of have like the God complex factor today. And it's like I know, I already knew that. I've been trying to tell you. Like, we definitely don't want to, I told you so, everybody in our life. Like, it's not going to be good. Like, the relationships right now with Venus and Gemini is like, having that good communication, having the good conversations, but realizing that everybody's values are important, but you don't have to vibe with them either. You can just let them have it. Their opinion, their vibe, their value, whatever, no big deal. I'm going to take the higher road in my life today. So take that high road today. That's the biggest channel I would say I got from this Friday. Horoscope is like, how can you take that high road for you without begging people to go with you if they don't want to, and without putting people down if they want to go another route too. Cards for the day are the Death card. There's definitely beauty in the transformations that can take place, and I think when we do let go of things, because that's just been like a nonstop channel, to be honest, that there's beauty and roses and so many nice things that are just waiting on the other end. So I know it's hard to let go of things right now, South Node in Scorpio will definitely have us hold on real tight. But there's beauty in the transformation, and I think remembering that today is very important if you do have to make objective, smart decisions in your life. Five of Pentacles in reverse. Gonna go get that new Chanel bag, baby. Definitely not like sitting outside the store wishing you having it or crying. I would say that the Five of Pentacles in reverse is like, nah, you know your value, you know your worth. If you want that, go get it. But don't just settle for less either. Like, it better be top quality right now. If you're going to waste your time, energy, and money on things that are not up to par, then maybe you get it and you do have that makeup running later on. Oh, damn. Ace of Pentacles? Jackpot, baby. Shoot. Word. Granny fucking sevened out. Hey, I think that's pretty solid. Like, I think that these are these decisions today that are so funny because they feel hard. They feel like we don't want to make them. They're hard to understand. But then when we really look at it, we're like, obviously this is better. Obviously this is going to show up with a reward in my life. This is going to show me like where I can start new things. So I feel like there is some jackpot energy today with that moon in Aquarius. If you're emotionally smart and observe what is the right thing and put all the pieces together in, intelligent ways that are actually going to benefit your personal life and the things that are going to bring you some sort of foundation and comfort. And definitely, I think also looking at the day is like jackpot's coming. So staying positive that there's something big showing up, but not forcing, it's like trying to shake the slot machine or something. Like, it's not going to work. Like, you gotta put money in and pull it, So it's almost like the money would be the decisions with a moon Saturn that might be a little bit emotionally tough to make, but knowing that if you pull the lever and make it, that there's actually a jackpot coming, which can be very enticing. So, All right. I love you all very much. I hope you have a beautiful Friday, and I'll see you for the weekend forecast tomorrow. Much love. Peace.